Long ago and far away, as these stories go, there was a village that was blessed with four wise people. Can you imagine? Now, where did they glean their wisdom? For the most part, from books. I mean, why try to figure it out yourself? Why reinvent the wheel? It's all jammed in books. And they read and they read and they read and they read, and people would ask them questions and they'd consult their books and they'd hand out the wisdom, and it was all great. And on it went until these people got old. And they said, nobody knows how wise we are except our little village. And we would like to show our stuff. We would like to become famous before we die. But we're not going to do it here because they know how wise we are. I have to tell you, however, that among the four, there was one that was a little different. And the difference was that it was beyond books. Because at a certain point, maybe in the afternoon, the books would be shut and the person would go out and kind of look around and ask questions. The person was driven by curiosity. The kind of thing you see the garden. Oh, that's so lush. How do you get it to grow like that? Oh, those animals, they're so plump and happy looking. What do you feed them? Etc., etc. But in any case, here were the four, and they said the only way we can test our knowledge is to go somewhere else where nobody knows us and we'll show our stuff. So they packed up a lot of important things, including books, a lot of books and equipment. They were smart. I mean, wise, smart, as it were. And they went far, far away to another village. And when they came to the village, they announced, "We are four wise people, but we want to prove it to you. And we want you to give us a test. Do you have a test for us?" And the villagers were standing around, and one said, "Oh, do we have a test for you? See that path? You follow that path, and it'll come to a tree. And look behind the tree, and your test will be waiting for you." So they trotted along the path, and the villagers followed because, of course, they were curious. And what was behind the tree? A big, messy heap of bones. "Ooh," said the first wise person, "I even recognize those are tiger bones, and I can recreate that tiger anatomically perfectly under the assumption that all the bones are there." And they were. Very carefully with the head, of course, at the top, and the four legs, and the rib cage, and the pelvis, and even the tail. Every single tailbone was there. It was exquisite. "Oh, I'm going to be so famous," said the first wise person. And the second one said, "Well, it's basically just a skeleton. I am skilled at taxidermy, and look what I can do." And, happened to have a tiger skin among the effects that they had brought along, and stood that skeleton up, draped it in a tiger skin, the head, the ears, the eyes. And not only that, because these people are so wise, inside the stomach, the intestines, the heart, it was all there. Ooh, did it look like a tiger. "I will be so famous. Look what I have done. I've given you a tiger. Looks just like a tiger." And the third one said, "Well, it's still basically a simulacrum. It's not really a tiger. You know what we could do? We could breathe life into that tiger. We could bring that tiger alive. That would show our wisdom." Ho, 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 ho. And, we have to move fast because it's going to get dark soon. But we have the chemicals, we have the devices, we have the books, we have the incantations. We know how to do this. And they set about to doing it. Now, the villagers, you should know, were kind of backing up. They were not going to get too close to what was going on. And the fourth white person, the one who went out and looked at things in the real world, climbed a tree. And so they did their stuff, and they used potions, and they used chants, and they used massage. Oh, so much stuff that they had learned from books until it happened. The eyes opened, The ears started to turn this way and that. The tail swished back and forth. The mouth opened and that tiger was hungry. It had been a long time. That was the end of those three wise persons. The fourth one didn't come down off the tree for a long time until that sated tiger had stumbled off into the hills. And when she descended, well, she still had wisdom, but she had something possibly even more important: good sense. May we all have observation and good sense to see us through these crazy times. Books are great, but real information will do it. Thank you.